Hello children, today we are going to start with algebra in class 9th. The first chapter that we are going to take up is expansions. Before we start, let us know about what is an algebraic expression. You all have studied this in the earlier classes, so let us recall it. An expression which contains numbers, operations and one or more variables is called an algebraic expression. For example, 3x plus 4, x minus 7, xy and 2x plus y plus z. Now algebraic expression can be classified according to the number of terms it contains. If an expression contains a single term or only one term, it is called a monomial. An expression which contains exactly two terms is called a binomial. For example, 3x plus minus 4. An expression which contains exactly three terms is called a trinomial. Example, 2x plus y plus z. Before we move forward towards the chapter, let me introduce a new word to all of you, that is a corollary. Now what is a corollary? It is a statement or a fact that is the natural or direct result of another one. That is, some expressions we are going to use in the following chapter which are derived from already proven identities. So let's get started. Expansions of powers of binomials and trinomials. The very first expansion we have over here is a plus b whole square, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Next we have is a minus b whole square, that is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. We have already done these identities in the previous classes. Now what we learn over here is, if we add the two identities, what do you get? We get twice a square plus b square, and if you subtract the two identities, we get 4ab. The corollaries based on the two identities can be studied as follows. If you shift 2ab in the first identity, if I shift 2ab to the other side, that is a plus b whole square minus 2ab, that will give you a square plus b square. Similarly, in the second identity, if I shift 2ab to the other side, that is a minus b whole square plus 2ab, I again get a square plus b square. So we can use these corollaries directly in the questions. The next one is, if we replace b by 1 upon a, the new formula or the new corollary we get is a plus 1 upon a whole square, that is expanded as a square plus 1 upon a square plus 2. Similarly, on replacing b by 1 upon a in the second identity, we get a minus 1 upon a whole square, which can be expanded as a square plus 1 upon a square minus 2. Next we have the expansion of a trinomial, that is an expression which has three terms, and this is to be expanded in the power of 2. So we study a plus b plus c whole square is equals to a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. In the same identity, if I replace b by minus b and c by minus b, and c by minus c, the new expression over here becomes a minus b minus c. So the expansion of a minus b minus c whole square is equals to a square plus b square plus c square minus 2ab plus 2bc minus 2ca. The corollaries based on the above expansion. Over here, just now we studied about a square, a plus b plus c whole square. Now if I need to find a square plus b square plus c square, what I do is, what the expansion which I did right now, which I discussed right now, it was a plus b plus c whole square. Shifting twice of ab, bc, ca to the other side, I can get the value of a square plus b square plus c square. Similarly, if I wish to find ab plus bc plus ca, I'll shift a square plus b square plus c square to the other side, and the 2 which was in multiplication comes in division over here. Next we have the expansion of x plus a multiplied by x plus b. That is, when we have two brackets, the first term in the bracket remains same and the other two vary. Then the expansion is of the form x square plus bracket b plus a bracket closed x plus ab. This is a normal multiplication of two algebraic expressions, or you can say two binomials. Next we have simplification of a plus b and a minus b. We have already studied about this identity, that is a plus b and a minus b, which can be written as a square minus b square. Now, based on the concept or the identities, we will solve some examples. The examples are as follows. The first one we take up is a square plus 1 upon a whole square. Comparing it with the given identity which we studied right now, a minus b whole square. This can be expanded as a square minus 2ab plus b square. So putting the value of a and b, comparing it with the given expression, a is equals to a square and b is equals to 1 upon a. So the expansion becomes a square whole power 2 minus 2 multiplied by a square multiplied by 1 upon a plus 1 upon a whole square, which reduces to a raised to the power 4 minus 2a plus 1 upon a square is the required answer. Next we have 3 upon 2 plus 5n upon 3 whole square. Now, since the identity over here can be used as a plus b whole square, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So comparing the numbers with the identity, a can be substituted as 3 by 2 and b can be substituted as 5n upon 3, which gives you the answer as 9 upon 4 plus 5n plus 25n square upon 9. Next we have simplify x plus 1 upon x whole square minus x minus 1 upon x whole square. Now this question can be done by two methods. First, you use the corollary directly, which we did in the previous concept right now, or what you can do is expand the two brackets with the help of two identities and then subtract it by changing the sign of the second bracket. Here I used the corollary directly, that was a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. I know that on expansion this will result in 4ab. Comparing the terms, a is equals to x and b is equals to 1 by x, I directly substitute this in the given expression, that is 4ab. So in place of a I will write x and in place of b I will write 1 upon x. X and x cancels out, so the result is 4. Next we have, if x minus 1 upon x is equals to 3, find the value of x square plus 1 upon x square, and the second part is x raised to the power 4 plus 1 upon x raised to the power 4. So dealing with the first part, x square plus 1 upon x square. We have been given x minus 1 upon x and we need x square plus 1 upon x square. So this term we can get this term by using the identity a minus b whole square. So writing x minus 1 upon x is equals to 3, squaring both sides. When you square both the sides, we get x square plus 1 upon x square minus 2x into 1 upon x. X cancels out, is equals to, the right hand side is 3. On squaring 3 we get 9. Now shifting minus 2 to the other side, we get x square plus 1 upon x square is equals to 9 plus 2, that is 11. This is the required answer for the first part. Second part, we have x4 plus 1 upon x4. we'll use the above calculated result, that is x square plus 1 upon x square is equals to 11. Again we'll do what? Squaring both the sides. After squaring both the sides, we'll get x raised to the power 2 whole square will result in x4, and 1 upon x square whole square will result in 1 upon x4 plus 2 into x square into 1 upon x square. Again x square cancels out, is equals to 11 whole square, that is 121. Shifting 2 to the other side, 121 minus 2. So the result is x4 plus 1 upon x4 is equals to 119. Next we have, if a plus b is equals to 8 and ab is equals to 12, find a minus b. To find a minus b, we can use a minus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. But before we use the above identity, we need to find a square plus b square, which can be calculated as a plus b whole square minus 2ab is equals to what? A square plus b square. Substituting the value from the question. After putting the value from the question, a plus b is equals to 8 and ab is equals to 12 over here. So I just substituted the values. 8 square is 64, 2 into 12 24. So that gives me a square plus b square is equals to 40. Now substituting this back in equation number 1, which we just wrote in the previous page, a minus b whole square is equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab. That was the equation. I just put the values. You can compare it from the previous page. A minus b whole square comes out to be 16, but we need a minus b. So to calculate a minus b, what you do is we take the square root on both sides, and after taking the square root, we get a minus b as 4. That is your required answer. Next we have, if x plus y plus z is equals to 12 and x square plus y square plus z square is equals to 44, find the value of the product of two terms together, like xy plus yz plus zx. Using the identity x plus y plus z whole square, we get x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus yz plus zx. Now we wish to find the value of this bracket. So we'll shift the other terms. In the question it was given x plus y plus z is equals to 12 and the square of these numbers and their sum was 44. So I just substituted the values. 12 square comes out to be 144 and the other side we have 44. So now on shifting 44 to the other left hand side, we get 100 is equals to twice of xy plus yz plus zx. 2 over here was multiplied, so we will shift it to the other side, that is it will be in division. So you get 100 upon 2, that is 50 is equals to xy plus yz plus zx. That gives you the required answer. Next we have, children, find the product. Now we can see that these two brackets are representing a trinomial, but we have studied just the multiplication of a binomial. Over here some children use the concept of multiplying each term of one bracket to the each term of the other bracket, but that was the concept you used in the earlier classes. Over here we are going to talk about multiplication of binomials. Over here we see that x plus y is being repeated in both the brackets. So taking x plus y as one term and 3 and 2 are the other terms. So my question reduces to x plus y as x, a as 3 and b as 2. So it reduces to the form x plus a into x plus b, which is given by x square plus bracket a plus b bracket closed x plus product of ab. So just substituting the values in my given expression, I get, in the place of x we put x plus y whole square, in place of a and b we put 3 and 2, and in the product we again put 3 and 2. On expansion, we get x plus y whole square can be expanded as x square plus y square plus 2xy. 3 plus 2 was 5. Multiplying 5 by x and 5 by y, we get 5xy, 5x plus 5y, and 3 into 2 gives you 6. This is your required answer. Next, we have express. We are given two expressions over here, and we want to express them as the difference of two squares. Again, if we observe keenly, what you see is x square plus 12 is in the first bracket as well as it is in the second bracket also. So what you do is, we take x square plus 12 as a single term and 5x as a separate term. When we observe that x square plus 12 is a single term and 5x is the other term, we see that this is reducible to the form a plus b into a minus b, which gives you a square minus b square. So we write down directly x square plus 12 whole square minus 5x whole square. We will not expand this further because the question was asking as the difference of two squares. The difference is this, and the squares are, and these are the squares, and this is the difference in between. So we don't need to calculate it further. Next we have, if a upon b is equals to b upon c, prove that the product of a plus b plus c and the product of a minus b plus c is equals to what? A square plus b square plus c square. Now taking the left hand side, which we have to prove, we see again a plus c and a plus c are coming in both the brackets. So taking a plus c as one term and b as the other term, this reduces to the identity a plus b into a minus b, which reduces further to a plus c whole square minus b square. A plus c whole square can be expanded using a plus b whole square. That gives you a square plus c square plus 2ac. B square is over here by the given condition. Now we see the given condition was a upon b is equal to b upon c. From here, by cross multiplication, we see ac is equals to b square. So substituting the value of b square over here, we get a square plus c square plus 2b square minus b square. 2b square minus b square will give you only b square, and this is the right hand side that we needed. That's all for today, children. Now following is the exercise that you can see, that is exercise 1A of your respective prescribed book. Please solve the exercise. This is based on the concept that is taught to you right now. Please maintain your registers in a proper manner. The registers would be checked once the school reopens. Thank you.